I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Fumi.
And I'm B.
And you have tuned into an episode of RealiTEA-V.
Welcome, welcome.
How was your week?
Geez, why do I not remember that much? It was good. I see summer is officially gone, so it was nice to know you. Welcome, fall.
Yes, I can wear my hoodie again.
Yeah. Yep.
I was saying, like last year, pretty much the first day of fall is when the temperature just drops.
Yeah.
And it's like really sudden.
Right. I'm like, okay, y'all do not beat around the bush with welcoming the new season. I kind of like it.
Yeah, California has no difference.
Yeah.
It's either hot or warm with sprinkles of rain.
Right.
No, it's no cold.
Yeah.
Their cold is like 63.
Right.
Out here it gets to like 33.
Yeah. Yeah.
My week was shit. Don't even care. Let's get on with this celebrity news.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I have a huge fuck you. Now, we all didn't heard about the bitch from Winco.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who that is, you need to listen to our podcast from the beginning. You can find out. But mind you, we've also mentioned that there's a nice lady with a ponytail that usually does self-checkout in Winco. So this raggedy ass black bitch is over here in self-checkout. She had somebody get her a soda or something. It was $1.74.
Mm-hmm.
This chick put in $1.70 and proceeds to walk off as if lady in the ponytail can't see on her screen. And she was like, ma'am, you still have a balance. And she's still walking away like, no, I don't.
Oh.
And she's like, I can see it.
It's obvious. Did you get a receipt?
No, she did not.
Well, then, yeah.
And she's like, I don't have time for this. I gotta go. She was like, ma'am.
Don't get arrested over 4 cents.
You need to finish paying. I can clearly give you a nickel.
Keep the change.
Keep the change. It's no problem. And this black bitch gave her the nastiest attitude. And then the lady was like, okay. She was like, well, I guess she canceled the transaction. And she was like, well, I'm just going to give you your money back.
Yeah.
And I don't think she was realizing what the lady in the ponytail was doing. And she was like, well, I have to give you your money. She's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, you also can't walk away when you have
I wish money. I could go to Macy's and be like, this is $20, but I only have 16. Here you go.
I only have 5.
Right. Good day.
Keep the change to yourself. I mean, maybe you can chip in and help me out. No, it doesn't work that way. And she was like, well, lady with the ponytail looked so confused as to why she was being screamed at for someone not having the 4 cents to pay for soda. And I'm sitting here like, see, this is when you niggas make us look bad. Like, for real, for real.
Yeah.
So she was like, I ain't doing shit, blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for this. I gotta go. If you had to go in the first place, why did you even turn back around when she, like, canceled your transaction?
Right.
And she proceeded to call her a bitch.
Of course.
Said she was a tweaking white bitch, to be exact. And I just got so enraged. And she was like, you know what? Just go. She's like, I'm not about to argue with you for 4 cents. Just get out of here.
The petty in her should have had her arrested.
Honestly,
4 cents.
You know what? if it were me,
yeah,
sister to sister, I'm getting your sister bitch ass arrested.
Yeah, like, no.
That's when it's like, okay, we try to work so hard for white people to see that we're all not, you know, part of this thug life. We're not all scammers and posers. And yet you proceed to scream at a white lady at the top of your lungs, calling her like bitches and all that kind of stuff.
That's like being a bitch to somebody in checkout and then your card declines. Like, do you think I'm going to spare you? Like, I'm going to shout that shit to the loudest.
I'm sorry, your card was declined. Do you have another card you can use?
Because this one was declined. Like, just, yeah.
No, do it again. Bitch, I said, oh, you yelling at me and you don't have the funds to pay? All right, next.
Right.
Manager, I need this transaction canceled.
Because it was declined.
And I need to make sure that these items go back to where they need to be.
Right.
Good luck getting whatever food. So I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, oh, Lord. And then I told the lady, I was like, don't even worry. She was like, I'm not. So I guess she had to like pay for it again because she had canceled it. And then do whatever her little cashier things to like show that it'll be like off 4 cents when you do the balance, you know. Mm-mm. And I was just like, oh, you make me so mad. Because that see, if it was bitch from Winco, maybe I wouldn't feel so bad.
Yeah. Actually, I'd be like, it's your lucky day. You finally got a thief. Let's see how you handle it.
You met your match.
Right.
But not this one.
Yeah.
This one's nice. That's like the white person you can be like, you know what? Thank you.
Yeah. Then it's just, you were wrong. You didn't have the full amount. It's like there's no.
And you know the funny thing about it is that was a personal bottle.
Yeah.
They have a 1.5 liters in the back by Deli for only 99 cents.
Could have got a discount.
And more products.
Wow.
And I was just like. And I was like, when I left, I was like, you know what? You have a good day. Sorry for her. Like, that's how I felt. It was like,
yeah,
we ain't all like that. Not all of us black people going around acting like niggas. No.
I would have straight up had her arrested.
Oh, I would have been petty.
Called the manager, security. Excuse me, we've got a thief.
Because technically when she canceled her transaction, technically it's not paid for.
Right.
So you could have just been like, oh, well, I tried to tell her that she needs to pay her thing and she walked out. So technically you stole, bitch. But anyway, it's the only fuck you I have. So getting into some news, apparently Lamar Odom has been allegedly held for ransom over gambling addiction.
I saw that and I thought it was fake.
It's alleged, so we don't know. But that's just what I saw, and I saved it on Instagram. I'm not going to go into huge details because, like we said, we don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
But it's alleged, so.
Oh my God.
Can't really speak to that now.
You should show his face if it's false, just to show us that it's okay, unless he's holding himself for ransom.
How does that work?
Easy. You lock yourself in a room. I have Roberta. And unless you send us $10 million, you'll never see her again. Because I'm going to stay in this room until somebody sends me.
So is that when you classify as like schizo with personalities?
Maybe like a self-kidnapper or something.
It's like Ebony 1 and Ebony 2.
Like a scammer.
Okay. Well, I will let me out of here until you give me and I $10,000.
Like, okay.
So yeah, we're not gonna do any of that with, me, myself, and I ransoms. But yeah, anyway, moving on.
Hope he's okay. I mean, if it's true, hopefully someone has, true. The money or wants to put it up. Jesus.
Yeah. So, allegedly, it might be talks that Iyanla might sue Tamar for some of the things that she said. Oh. Now, I know when Tamar was on Wendy Williams, she said some stuff that hopefully I can find it, because she was saying pretty much things about like molestation.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
So either A, it didn't happen, or B, because it's their show, they cut it out.
Yeah.
From editing. Because I thought it was going to be like an actual Fix My Life episode.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was just Braxton's with Iyanla on there.
Yeah.
So it was on the Wendy Williams show. Let's see if we can find this little clip.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
On the internet, just got back from Jamaica with her new man.
I don't care about that.
After 9 years of marriage.
No.
What's going on with Tracy? Everybody heard that Tony, I was reading, that Tony was upset with you for walking out.
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
No, she wasn't.
Did anybody follow you and walk out?
Now, see, this is not a typical Tamar meltdown, walkout situation, you know. And you know, I've been battling myself on whether or not I want to say really what happened or not, because you know, everybody wants you to be political.
Say it.
I'm Tamar and I'm real, right? You know, a lot of things.
Not anymore.
A lot of things happen to me.
Talk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go ahead.
In my childhood, that I was like too afraid to talk about or too ashamed to talk about. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter is that, you know, I have been molested, you know, by both sides of my family. And it's not nothing I ever talked about. And I never thought that I would sit around a table with Iyanla, who's here to talk about, you know, me and my sisters and their problems, and to bring that up and sex shame me basically in front of everybody. So that's why I got up and walked out.
I heard that Tony, I was reading.
Oh.
So they obviously cut it out, if that's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we can't really say it happened for sure or not, unless all 5 sisters was like, yep.
Yeah.
It was talked about. I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Iyanla deal with people on her show who have been victims of molestation,
which is
and rape.
Almost every damn episode.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I've never seen sex shaming. I've never seen any form of like insensitivity with that. So Tamar would really be a first, to my knowledge of her, even exuding that type of, you know, actions or attitude. But yeah, I got to see this hidden clip or footage or whatever. But I'm like, but if Iyanla's trying to sue, that means you said some shit that's like...
It's alleged. It's from a source knowing Iyanla. She hasn't come out like publicly with anything that Tamar said. And also this source is saying that Iyanla said she don't think Tamar needs to be on TV.
You know, Iyanla, that might be the smartest thing you've ever said in your life. That might be the best assessment you've ever made.
Yes. Actually, let me read a little bit of what it said. Because I felt like, that it was true. Like, I'm like, I can see that.
I concur.
I agree with that. It's not something so bad. Let's see. Iyanla feels like Tamar craves attention and she'll eventually destroy her own life and continue to damage her family's relationships with one another. She doesn't think that reality TV is a good place for her. Yeah.
Very fair assessment.
I mean, if the other sisters have said that Tamar has been this type of way since birth.
Right.
Then I think giving her access to be able to showcase her emotions.
Right. And make money off of it.
Yeah.
Just amplifies it.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, it was entertaining. But once you saw it was like really not an act.
Right, over the top and just so nasty.
It was just affecting relationships. She was just being so nasty to her sisters. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of over her. And honestly, I think that's why she doesn't flourish as an artist, because it's said that she had a diva attitude, especially when she got let go from The Real. Yeah. And all that. And it's like, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to not believe anybody that says you're a diva.
Right. When I see how you treat your own blood, like, you think I'm not going to believe that you're not going to be twice as worse to these strangers?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So, I mean, we'll get in more detail with the show once we finish the news segment, but that's the alleged word on the street from Iyanla herself. And sex shame, I mean, it's coming from Tamar. Yeah. Like, I would need to, like, view it myself. Right. And see, because even the clips before the episode came out, and she was like, you're not going to be calling me these names. And then I saw the episode, I was like, are you fucking serious? Okay. All right. Okay. But anyway, moving on. I don't remember all that much from this week as far as news goes. Honestly, I've been in my own world. Yeah. So I can check.
Mike got sentenced 8 months.
Thank you.
So yeah, so that's, yeah. I heard he doesn't have to report for at least 30 to 60 days. So I'm like, okay, well, at least you can possibly, if you choose to wait till later, you get to spend some of the holidays, go ahead and get married. So, yeah, because apparently, he was getting married next month anyway. So I'm like, well, okay, that's good.
Yeah, he got sentenced 8 months and then 2 years probation. Yeah. But I think what is federal? I know that's different from like prison. Yeah. So I have to see. But I think with prison, you can get parole after like 50%.
Right. Like that. So then he had like a $10,000 fine, which he got that easily back from reappearing.
This dude made over $8 million in like 4 years. That's where the tax stuff came from. And then people in the comments of the news outlet I saw on Facebook, somebody's like, how the fuck did he make that much money?
Jersey Shore, when it hit big.
People underestimated and still underestimate that damn show. Do you know how much they have to pay these people for them all to come back to back like they did? And they got families and marriages and kids. Yeah. And all that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all got at least 6 figures to come back. Maybe closer to 7, a couple of them.
Oh, especially Paul D.
Yeah.
Especially him. But, yeah, so let's see. Apparently, from my Google sources, Farrah Abraham calls Bristol Palin's teen mom casting inappropriate and says she's a single white female.
All right.
If you saw me with a face like that, I was like, wait, what? But then again, Fox News posted this, so I don't even want to read it. And do you know this bitch was like front row to the McGregor and Cablib, I forget the other guy's name, fight the other day. And then she had the nerve to do push-ups in her heels at the airport on a small little square attempt of a red carpet. Okay. Like, yeah, see these guns?
All right. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's like a Will Ferrell movie.
And it's so funny because you see her work out and it's like her hitting the bottle and all the water come out like, yeah. And then when you see who's working out, she's like,
girl.
I'm like, girl, you just get prepared, have all the Vicodin and Xanax, so when the fight's done, she's gonna get your ass beat. I mean, I guess I could say respect on you thinking that you're not gonna get fucked up, but
you have some confidence in yourself.
As Phaedra said, everybody knows.
Right.
That you gonna get knocked the fuck out. she is your Debo.
Right.
And you won't be getting up.
Lord bless her.
I guess. I don't know. She's weird as fuck. Anyway, let's move on to these shows. So I guess we can kind of finish off talking about the Braxtons. We never really talked about it the whole time it was on.
Yeah.
So since it was a season finale, we kind of like to do finales and stuff first anyway. So I have been anticipating this particular episode because this is when Iyanla comes. They were with her for 3 days. Pretty much most of the episodes before that was just Tracy and friends. Yeah. So it was, who was it? Natalie Nunn, Lunel, another friend of hers, Phaedra, in the beginning. And then they did some stuff for Black Cowboy Whiskey or whatever the fuck it's called. And then Tiffany New York Pollard was there. And then shows up Flavor Flav. I'm like, this is kind of whack. Like, they're trying to make it seem like they have all these people representing this alcohol. Yeah. But I'm like, no, this doesn't seem right. Like, how do they not know anybody else that's going to be? They really had all these people representing the alcohol at one time. Oh, I mean, the guy who came up with the concept was there. And I guess marketing-wise, they did want several celebrities to be, I guess, ambassadors. That makes more sense. I mean, each of them have their own, I think, type of audience. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense. But I still seen I don't even know what this alcohol looked like. I just know it's whiskey. It was weird. But anyway, sisters come back on camera. Apparently, they did the initial walkout because they wanted more money. Mm-hmm. And the sisters it's always excluding Tony. Yeah. I guess they decided to do a walkout or like not show up for work. But Tracy was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do and get this check. And I'm going to work. So that's what I'm going to do. And apparently Tracy didn't say a name, but I already know what sister it was. Mm-hmm. Said that Tracy was dead to her. And I was like, if you think this is that serious to tell your sister that they're dead to you, then something's really wrong.
I would be dead to you. Like, for you, bitch, wish granted. Like,
for you, bitch, I'll do that. I'll be dead to you. No problem.
Like, that's just crazy. And I think the problem was, because they did say growing up, one of the major rules is we could never fight. We could never put our hands on each other. I'm like, well, that's probably the problem. You guys were just cooped up in a house with all this female energy and y'all just couldn't like just beat each other's ass. Like, I feel like, one house. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like if you guys all would have just got together and beat Tamar's ass once or twice, you wouldn't even be having this problem right now because she would know boundaries. She would know you can think whatever you want, but you can't just open up your mouth and say whatever. You can't just,
I mean, ultimately, like Iyanla was saying, it does boil down to the parents. Yeah. So obviously they have been allowing her to say whatever the fuck she wanted. I don't know if they gave her the title of the baby to where she felt like she can say whatever she wanted because she felt like she didn't have a quote unquote voice. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know about the whole thing. And I love Miss E, but clearly she's still harboring on the fact of the whole affair with Michael Braxton Sr. Yeah. And when the two of them were with Iyanla, she was like, I'm not mad at him. Iyanla was like,
I feel it.
She was like, I don't know who this person is. The person I was friends with is dead to me. That means you still have a problem with it.
Yeah. Y'all y'all throwing around this you're dead to me stuff. like that's where Tamar gets it.
And it's funny you say that because in like a little clip, Iyanla asked Wanda and Trina, who they felt Tamar asked the most. Mm-hmm. And Tawanda was like, I always said that mommy and Tamar act the same. Mm-hmm. So it's not surprising.
I see it.
So in the clips that we were mentioning earlier, there were some clips of Tamar being, oh my God, extra.
Yeah, for no reason.
To say the least. Between the neck rolling and the eye rolling.
See, she never got popped as a kid for doing that shit. I'm
surprised because her mom be in her 60s trying to pop her now.
Yeah. I will never forget an interview Beyonce did. She said, I was 16. We were in a record store and my mom was talking to me and I was not trying to hear her and I was just smacking my gum and she said something and I rolled my eyes and she slapped me in the middle of the store and I looked like, I know you did not just slap me. And she was like, but I learned I would never do that shit again. And I look at Tamar and I'm like, you were never reprimanded for shit like that because you're an adult and you guys are having a conversation and you just like, there's nothing cute about that. There's nothing entertaining. There's nothing to be like, oh, that's just, it's like, that's just like a shame. Like,
and it's crazy because none of the other sisters remotely act like that. Everybody was just sitting there, like, letting everything sink in. Because the first time, Tamar and Tony were late.
Yeah.
They were supposed to get there at 1:30. Tamar didn't get there till almost 4.
Yeah.
And then Tony got there at another time. Oh, we had other stuff I honor my commitments.
Yeah.
And she's just rolling. Like, everybody else is sitting there looking at her, at Iyanla. Yeah. And Tamar just rolling her neck. It's the cast fault. It's the crew fault. She was like, no. Your behavior diminishes your message. It's like, damn, bitch.
Right.
That kind of hit my soul a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's like, people are so focused on her behavior that anything she says, no one can take it seriously.
Right.
And no one can take it the way that she wants it to be taken. Mm-hmm. So all that neck rolling and lips popping and eye rolling, everything goes through one ear and out the other. Yeah. Better yet, it goes over my head. Don't even get in my ears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. So when I finally watched the whole episode and saw these, kind of put two together between the episode and the clips, and Tamar said, "You're not going to this name calling." She was like, "What did I say?" She was like, "I want to be seen." Who talks to me like that? Who talks to me like that? I mean, she's like, I didn't call you no names.
Well, from what you've said, Vince has said much worse. Don't sit here on your high and mighty horse like no one has ever dared tell me to shut up. When it's like, but you said your husband would beat you and just say this and that. Like, don't. And I'm not saying that that's condonable, right? If that's a word, but don't sit on. She's Tamar. What do you expect? Okay, I'm. That's like me trying to reason with a.
And then she wasn't even talking to her. She was talking to Miss Evelyn. She wanted to ask Miss Evelyn, what do you think happened in her life for her to behave this way? We're not just going to work. We're not just going to use that word behavior. I don't have a bad behavior.
Not use the word behavior.
She was like, I don't have a bad behavior. She was like, I didn't even say bad behavior. I just said behavior. Behavior is a word that if you are not listening and have critical thinking skills, you're automatically going to go to the negative. But don't we teach our kids about good behavior and bad behavior? So why are you automatically gearing towards negative or bad? That's because you act like an ass. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck? And she was so rude. She's like, let me ask you a question, Tamar. Do you want to do this? She looked her up and down. Do you? And then Iyanla said, who gets to correct her? Yeah. Because she's going off at the mouth. Everybody starts to talk to Tamar.
Yeah.
What about my disrespect? Blah, blah, blah. And then once Iyanla was like, who gets to correct her? Then Miss Evelyn comes in. and says, well, none of you were raised this way. If none of them were raised that way, why is she so easily to disrespect somebody that's only 2 years younger than her mother?
Like, I'm not saying you raised her that way, but you didn't raise her to not do it.
Especially in front of your fucking presence.
Yeah.
Even my grown ass now, like, I'm not gonna do certain things in my parents' presence.
Yeah.
It's like, at least okay. Next time I see you, I got you. I'm gonna see you, but right now, I'm with my father, so I can't say shit. You know, it would have to take a lot for me to feel like I need to go off on somebody, no matter what age they are, but especially when they're older. Now, I'm not saying that some older people don't deserve to cuss out. That's not what I'm saying. Do I feel like Iyanla said or did anything that she deserved the attitude that came from Tamar? Not at all. Not one bit. Not one fucking bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody in the comments was just like, no, you extra. She acts like a 5-year-old, blah, blah, blah.
And then I feel like, I don't want to say I encourage all of her family to just say fuck her. I don't encourage that at all. But I do feel like with them, it has been a repetitive over the years of like us trying to make a relationship work. And sometimes with some family members, you can yell and talk it out and y'all come back together. Some family members like, okay, we gonna take some time apart. And then there's other ones that you just have to love from a distance. I'm not spending 10 years.
I know the latter.
I'm not spending 10 years working on a relationship with, I don't have any kids right now. So anyone, I'm not spending 10 years of like if it takes 10 years and that much work and energy, if I was married, I'm not giving you 10 years. If we can't fix it in like 2 or 3, goodbye. Like, no. Like, they've been on air for about, 10 years now? Maybe 7 or 8?
7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8? Seasons. Like, you know, that other family on E! They've been on for about, like, 12. And I'm like, and they don't even have as much from the first 4 or 5 seasons when I would watch. They don't even have as much family drama with each other as y'all do.
No. It's on a lower scale compared to.
Yeah.
But they're more of a family that will talk it out and like move on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously sometimes there are things harbored because one person might feel like they didn't really get everything out that they wanted to. But ultimately they're not telling you. I don't know. I haven't watched it in forever, but I'm hoping that they don't say the same thing like, my sister's dead to me.
Oh, no.
Because they know that they're better making money together than
yeah. And it's just, I feel like with the Braxtons, with them, since like, not season 1, because I actually don't think I watched season 1, but I feel like for the past 4 or 5 seasons, it's family drama with each other.
Girl, if you see season 1,
I think it was clip season 1. I said, I really need to go and get into this.
Talk about the fucking glow up.
Yeah.
The only person that looked decent was Tony.
I remember seeing the promo pictures and being like, ooh, these Braxton sisters.
Miss E had a gap. Tracy had a gap. The wigs are not all that great. Like, it was just, I think season 1 is when it was like, you lay it low and spread it wide. I think that was either season 1 or season 2, but definitely in the earlier years. Yeah. And I saw a clip. I said, oh. Yeah. Acne, like, talk about the glow up is real. But I think at this point, somebody was like, y'all know Tamar be getting ratings. I'm like, honestly, no. Yeah. Tony, the living legend Braxton is on there. I don't think anybody is really watching for Tamar.
Yeah, and at this point, they've all developed their own personalities and stuff to a certain point where it's like, I will watch for other people. Like, Tracy can be hilarious at times, and, you know, Obviously Tony, yeah. But I don't think Tamar is really needed.
Just like she wasn't needed on The Real.
Yeah, because everybody was sure to be like, oh, that show's about to just flop. Yeah, they got an Emmy the very next season.
There's nothing wrong with saying what's on your mind, because I'm one of those people that would say what's on my mind. But I do believe how you say it, when you say how you say it. And then sometimes it's like you don't even want to waste your energy on some stuff. Mm-hmm. You just have to pick and choose your battles. Because there have been a lot of times I'm like, you know what? Normally I would cuss you out, but I don't have the energy, and you're not going to take the rest that I have today.
Yeah.
So, deuces.
Yeah.
Hope your life gets better in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
And I'm going to keep over here and live the best life I can. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got to separate yourself from the situation. Yeah. You don't have to like be in. She loves confrontation. She wants people to challenge her.
Yeah.
She wants to feel like she has the upper hand. Mm-hmm. And some people I'm not like that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I met people like that. Like, I welcome confrontation. I welcome you walking out of my life. Because I don't. So
it's one thing to have confrontation. There's nothing really wrong with that. But to welcome it and like it and initiate it every single time when it's not necessary.
You have problems.
That's a problem to me. And I was just telling somebody the other day that was getting on my good goddamn nerves. Can you just stop? Kept going. Well, I can go all day. I said, if you feel like you can go all day, then that means you like confrontation.
I can go like Lionel Richie all night long.
All night long. And I was like, you know what? That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. It's a turn off. It was a guy. I'm like, I thought you didn't like to argue. Well, I don't. I'm like, this is like a start off of arguing.
Yeah.
Because now when I start yelling and tell you shut the fuck up, then it's going to be a problem.
A big one.
So I believe, for what I know about myself, that once it gets to a certain level or a certain point, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do this right now.
Yeah.
We can talk about it later when I'm not irritated. Because if this goes on for 2 minutes and 43 seconds more, I'm popping off.
Yeah.
And I don't like when I pop off. Because I pop off really, really bad. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to avoid this all together and walk away.
Yep.
She didn't like that. At all. Everything and everyone she got to pop off on.
No.
She gonna pop off on God because it's too hot. And her head is frying because she ain't got no hair.
And that goes back to the parents not letting them fight. Because I just believe had Tracy would have been allowed to be like, you know what? I'm not going to choke you out to death, but I need you to lose consciousness so you can know to stop fucking with me.
It kind of reminds me when parents be like, all right, don't touch the stove.
Right.
And then you touch the stove.
Yeah.
And then you're like, if you touch the stove, I'm going to let it burn you.
Right. Maybe like once every couple months, take them to like the little boxing ring, put on some something. Like you can't have that many children and that many women in a house.
A lot of testosterone.
And then, but granted they had their own stuff going on, but all those bottled up emotions and stuff and just being like, well, we could talk it out. No, sometimes you got to hit your sister.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for it to make my example into like human form, like, all right, keep talking to your sister like that or keep doing what X, Y, and Z that she don't like. She gonna get you. Mm-hmm. All right. I didn't told you to stop doing that to your sister. You don't be hitting your sister, but that's what you get. Yeah. Because you shouldn't have been doing it in the first damn place.
And I feel like she feels like with everybody, there's no boundary. I can say whatever, I can do whatever, but the minute you go to fix your mouth to even try to say something back to me or, flip the script or something, then it's like, how dare you? I'm the baby. So I'm like, so you had to have been raised because no one at 40 something years old is still saying, I'm the baby.
And you 40.
Like that means that is something that you have said and you have used as an excuse your whole life.
Entire life. Yeah.
And it's flew with your family. But it ain't fluing your career because it's not going very far.
Honestly, if she would just say things differently, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
She could say the same exact way without the eye rolling and neck rolling, and it'll be received differently. And Iyanla called her. She said, "You are abusive, Tamar." She said, I said, "That's what you get. You need to be." And it kind of, and then when she said that, they were kind of talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And then Tamar was like, "Now you're being abusive because you cut me off. You're being abusive, sis." She was like, "I am not your sister. I got draws older than you." She's like, "Well, I hope you don't because that's nasty." She was like, "I do, and they're clean."
They're antique. Vintage.
And she was like, "I am only 2 years younger than your mother." And I was just like, first of all, you look great.
Right.
Beautiful gown. And I'm just like, I can't, like, it's not that she shouldn't. It's just, why waste your time and your energy?
Yeah.
And so when Miss E went off, "Wait a minute." And then Tony,
Clutch the pearls.
"Mama has spoken."
Right.
She was like, and then Tamar was like clenching her lips. Here we go. She was like, "Say one more word and I got you."
I want to see what she got.
I said, "Ooh." And that's not the first time
Yeah.
E has done that. She's like, "If you say one more thing, I'm going to pop you." I want to say it was like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I want to say this is like the 6th season.
Yeah.
I don't really see being more than 7. But anyway, but I always feel like she does it when it's too late.
Yeah.
Like it's already past the point of, you're just saying that because you feel disrespected personally.
Right.
But you don't prevent her when you first see it and correct it.
I feel like when Miss E went out to a Bible study class, I feel like Tawanda, Trina, and Tracy should have just been like, "Look, Mama leaving tonight. When she leave, we gonna get this bitch."
You know, she was dragging all of them with them.
Oh God,
you know good and damn well.
I would have had to been like, "Look, so how are we about to get this bitch?" Like I can't imagine my life
to Sunday school
growing up. I'm like, God know my heart. Like I can't imagine growing up in a house with Tamar Braxton.
No, we would have fought.
Like, no.
If I had to pick a sister that I have the closest personality with, would be Tracy. Because Tracy has been the only one that's really been like, remember when they were in that therapy session with the black therapist? And she looked at Tamar like, "What you gonna do?"
Right. She was like, "You all close to me," because Tamar was scared.
She was.
I'm like, yeah, y'all need to... Well, not even y'all. Maybe some individual therapy is needed as well. Because I'm like, I see that they keep doing all the group sessions. But I'm like, the problem with Tamar is really not with everybody else. This is Tamar's own stuff.
Yeah,
that she needs her own untelevised.
I mean, the problem is that she wants everybody to hear her, but she doesn't want to hear anything anybody else has to say. And she's doing that for a couple seasons now.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. You know, she wanted to tell people about their husband and what they doing this, and you getting a divorce. I'm never getting divorced. And then when she went through a divorce, I don't want to hear it. Don't ask me no questions. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, I mean, you can't really do that.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I feel like Tamar needs to do some regular soul searching. She needs to see a licensed psychiatrist.
Right.
And have some deep therapy sessions with some homework.
Yeah.
That's more than improved from Iyanla. So don't get me wrong, she can be good, but Tamar needs some medical guidance.
Yeah.
Medical school, medical drugs, whatever you want to call it. She needs some type of guidance. The people, it would, no.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. You ain't about to be my sister and talk to me all kind of ways. Anyway, so show's over. The end. Oh, and we didn't. Tony was. I'm confessing that I don't like my family.
Girl.
And you know that clip made it to the shade room.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, we've been there.
But it's like, honestly, that's how a lot of people feel about their family. Like, you know what? If you weren't my mom, or if you weren't my sibling, hell, if you weren't my child, I would have been walked away a longest time ago. Shit, I'm going through that now. Yeah. With a family member. I'm like, I don't like you. Yeah. I don't like you, and I'm stuck with you at the same damn time. And I don't blame her. She's had to carry the weight of her family. I didn't know, like, I always felt like Tony wanted to bring her sisters along on the ride because they were close. Come to find out, her parents are pretty much telling her, if you don't, like, help your sisters, it's going against God. Bitch, what?
Well, God knows my heart.
And I'm going to go off by my
like, this is me time.
Yeah. So I guess they didn't want to, like, not tell her not to sign solo. But they're like, well, if you're going to sign solo, you still have to bring everybody along with you. That's why her sisters were in everything. Everything. And I think she just got used to it for so long. So it was like a hard transition to get people, like, dancers and stuff that weren't her siblings. Yeah. And then all of them just kind of ride on their coattail. So, I mean, that's not bad. Yeah. I mean, it's truth, but, I mean, where would you really be if Tony Braxton didn't exist? Yeah. Would you be really... none of them have changed their last name. At most, it's hyphened. Yeah. Legally on paper. Yeah. Yeah, but Miss E still needs some soul searching too, because she's still bitter about something that happened almost 30 years ago. 30 fucking years.
Because I went and Googled. I'm like, when did they get a divorce? It was like 2000, 2001. 2000? Yeah, I'm like...
well, almost 20 years ago?
Yeah, I'm like, that's no better. I'm like...
oh, yeah, they were a little bit older on the older side.
Get 2 years of anger and not gonna cry and Bernadine out of me. After that, the bad bitch is going to arise, and I'm like, good day. Like, no.
I wonder how she been single this whole time.
Like, I'm just like, you look at, like, you know, Mama Tina, and it was like, you know, Matthew dogged her out to the 10th degree, and then come to find out, you know, he had been dogging her out since, you know, Solange and Beyonce was little kids. And she was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I am a bad bitch. I have produced 2 bad bitch daughters. Right. I am going to go find my equal. And that's what she did.
She sure did.
Hell, even Kris Jenner was like, God damn it. Okay. The first husband represented a killer. The second one is now a woman. Now, she said she'd never get married again, but she's not letting Caitlyn stop her group. Like,
not only did she not stop, she got a young black thing.
So right. Fucking Tina Turner.
She said, let me be like my daughters and just give me a black man.
Right. Fucking Tina Turner. Like, you know what? Ike might have stopped me 40 years ago. Like, you just need to just step into your senior citizen bad bitchdom. And
I don't see why not.
Like, these is the best years of your life. You ain't gotta go and get a 9-to-5.
Not at all.
You have grandkids. Like,
and
just...
a great-grandchild.
Yeah, great. Yeah, fuck. No.
I think they have, like... I want to say at least 10 grandkids.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of
Kevin Jr.'s son is the first great-grandchild.
Yeah. I'm like, lady...
Trina got 2. Tracy has 1. Michael has a daughter at least. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's any other kids.
Yeah.
And then Tawanda has 2.
Yeah, it's a big family.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of grandkids.
Yeah, just go. I need you to maybe go away for like 6 months. Just go travel different parts of the world and relax and try new facials and body scrubs and try new foods and just meet you, a nice older man in Paris and have fun and gallivant with him for 2 weeks and then leave him be and go to Rome. And I do too. Go to Rome and find you another one and gallivant with him and try new wines.
It's a good word in Nigerian accent too. Gallivanting.
Right. Like gallivant the world.
Yeah.
And come back and be refreshed and enjoy, I'm not going to say the last, but enjoy the third and a half to fourth quarter of your life and go out with the bang.
True.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I ain't even got money like that.
I always envy the 80-something-year-old. You're like, you know what I want to do for my 85th birthday?
Right.
Jump out of a plane. It's like,
by what?
And they, wrinkles and all, just blown away. And they just having the time of their fucking lives.
Right.
Never been so alive. Now, I know my grandma ain't gonna be doing that.
Right.
But I even notice when every year it's kind of become a tradition. I remember the first time, we're like, Grandma, what you want to do for your birthday? She said, I want to go to that place Dare just went to. I said, what place? She's like, she went out all last weekend. I said, Knott's Berry Farm? She's like, yeah. I said, okay. I called my sister's like, do you know your grandmother wants to go? And when it's always something you confuse, it's your grandmother.
Right.
I'm not claiming her right now.
Right.
You know your grandmother wants to go to Knott's, and she was on all the little Snoopy, Camp Snoopy rides with my son. My son was like 2 at the time. And every year we do something. So she's been on a little boat. She's been a theme park. Mm-hmm. We went to New York for my sister's graduation. And so I missed the last 2 years, summers, because her birthday's in July because I've been out here. But, it's just in that space of like, let me just kind of just live life a little bit.
Have fun.
I would love to like go traveling with my grandma. Yeah. Like on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Or something, because she can't travel by herself. Yeah. But I'm like, look, if we in on this together.
Right.
We're going to travel the world together. Mm-hmm. I don't mind 4 or 5 days. I love my grandma. And, so.
Yeah, Miss E. Go get your life before life gets you.
Grim Reaper is just sitting there like.
All right, bitch. You sure you still want to be mad about this? All right.
He done got married to the mistress and all. And
right. She done gained her, marriage 20. And I don't know what she looked like before. I'm just saying shit. But.
They got divorced in 2000. But obviously they were together longer than that. So we don't know if it was like a nasty long divorce. Definitely the 90s.
Yeah, even so. You get 2 years where it's like, fuck your life. And then after that.
And then you transition to, you know what? Let me work on myself.
Yeah.
Because by the time you're ready to date and like finally get in the relationship, that can be like 4 years.
Right. You probably done passed up some
and you've
blessings.
Been working on it for 20. Like, I just. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think about me being upset about the guy I used to date in college. That was 24. And me at 44 still being pissed and mad.
I would be so mad at you.
He walk into a room.
Damn it, I want to say the name so bad.
Right.
Such a good name to talk shit about.
Right. Just like still mad. Right. No.
And it's like, he didn't moved on and
you got grandkids now and you're still mad. Bless her.
Picture it, Sicily, 19.
Right. Literally. Oh my god.
What was it? Titanic? What was her line?
Oh, it's been 84 years. Like, no.
84 years later.
Right, no.
We want no parts of that.
No.
I mean, even my like most traumatic, if you will, relationship. I was celibate for a year and a half.
See, 2 years.
And I was uncelibate for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, but I wasn't even like ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
For another like a year and a half, 2 years. So yeah, I mean, once you get out of that point of like, fuck you.
Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, then you can like worry about yourself. If you have fun and just, living life, cool. And then now you can be like, you know what? Live my life. I know who I am. I'm okay with who I am. I'm great in the position I am by myself. I'm happy by myself. And I know how to be by myself. Okay, now I can enjoy like dating and all that. I feel like she's been trying to date people since the show started.
Yeah, but she's still so angry.
She was like, I want somebody to, go to church with. I said, look, the last nigga you went to church with.
Right. I'd be like, I refuse.
I mean, all that stuff, that's why you have to be careful. Like certain things that you see in a person can be the same thing that puts your relationship to detriment. Like, it's not like a super high quality. Yeah. I'm more worried about how you treat me and how you think I deserve to be treated. Yeah. Because everything else I feel like kind of falls into play. Like, falls into place. So, I guess, whatever. I'm tired of talking about the Braxtons. Good luck. Right. I hope Tony continues with her music. I still think this marriage to Birdman is weird.
Well, he about to go to jail. So
I thought he paid.
Oh no, or had no. No, they found you haven't heard. Apparently they're trying to indict him for conspiracy to have Lil Wayne killed.
Oh, I do remember that now.
Yeah.
Wasn't it him
they
and...
found recordings and stuff. And...
Jesus have mercy.
Talking about it's done.
Oh.
Thanks. It's business. Like.
Oh, okay. I remember that clip now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I was just everything's so bad about Lil Wayne. I mean, Lil Wayne. Birdman.
Like, oh, Jesus.
Everything that comes out, it's like, how you go from a PK to this? Maybe because PKs are like stereotypical, like horrible inside. Their souls are not all that great.
Little spoiled ass kids. Now adults.
Well, yeah. Well, best
of luck, y'all.
That's all we could say about that.
Truly.
Honestly, truly. I miss Joanne. Every now and then she pops up on Instagram.
Right.
And I have to watch the videos like a whole bunch of times before they go off Insta story. So I didn't watch much because it was just a crazy intense weekend. Yeah. But I watched Teen Mom. And so this new girl, Cheyenne, whose baby daddy is Corey, who's from Real World and Challenge, and they met on the Challenge. She gives me Teen Mom Young and Pregnant vibes.
Of course.
And it's like the one time they have a black person. Yeah. It's kind of drama. They had a party that looked pretty lit, and I was like, damn it, I wish I was there. And Corey's fine as hell. And I don't really like light-skinned dudes like that. Yeah, I'll be looking at him and be like, you really cute.
Yeah, they're the devil.
Yeah, some of them I'm just like, yeah, I like chocolate. But he's like, you know what? If you gave an opportunity, I'll give you a pass.
Right.
Would I much rather have chocolate babies?
Right.
Of course. I already made a great one. He looks just like me. Well, my sister. But you have to pick between the parents. He looks just like me. And her stepfather is fine as fuck. He is chocolate. And he's bald. If you haven't seen him, I suggest you go look at them. Because they heard stepdad and dad were talking to Corey, because Corey always felt like Cheyenne's dad and stepdad had really good co-parenting, and he wanted to ask them like advice when it came to him and what's that boy's name? Zach, the boyfriend?
Yeah.
And which I'm like, you know what? I really respect you, Corey.
Right.
You didn't know about the damn baby till she was 6 months old. You stepped on in and you just do whatever you can. You're seeking guidance from her parents, you know, and all that, which is just absolutely great. So it's just, but it is a lot. She's definitely a person that cusses in front of her parents.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Her dad was like, I had some shit.
All right.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's like, well, I understand why you feel like it's okay to cuss in front of your parents, but I don't roll that way.
Right. I'm not there yet.
Nowhere near there yet.
Right.
And that's cool and all. Corey was being petty and told her dad and stepdad that her boyfriend moved in with her and her sister, even though he knew that they didn't know.
Of course.
And of course it was petty. And she was like, oh yeah, by the way, your dad knows that, your boyfriend moved in. She's like, wait, are you dead ass? He was like, yeah. She's like, no, why would you do that? And then her dad was like, I love you, but conditionally. Oh, she went off. Went upstairs, talked to her mom. Well, fuck him. Fuck you. Like, oh. Is this the family dynamic? We just start going upstairs on camera in front of your mama and saying, fuck your daddy?
Oh my God.
Daughters and dads shouldn't say that to their daughters. But I'm like, but daughters shouldn't tell their moms, fuck my daddy. Like,
right. Oh God.
So weird. Bristol, they're breaking up. Pretty much. Jen mad that Macy and her husband did the whole order of protection because she wasn't giving no fucks when she went to go get Bentley. She wouldn't speak to nobody, which is out of all of them, Jen is the most level-headed, and I think she's just pissed about it. Yeah. And Amber's doing cool. Kayla went back home.
Good for them.
Surprised them, but now I don't think she really understands that. I know she's going through a whole bunch with like her depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts and stuff. But I don't think she realizes how much she really thinks about herself. And she's not really thinking about Tyler. Right. And poor thing is just over it. He went to therapy. Therapist suggests that they watch the last season so she can get like a different perspective. And she was like, well, why would I want to watch all of that and then go through all of that again? And you can just look at his face like, can you just try once? Can you just try something else?
Because if he pulls a you and says, I'm tired, I can't take this shit anymore, I'm going to rehab, then you're going to be like, well, what the fuck are my 2 kids gonna do? What the fuck is our household gonna do? Like, I understand you gotta get help, but you can't get so much help. Well, that doesn't really make sense. You can't get so much help to the point to where the person that you've been leaning on, you've burnt him out. Then y'all are both screwed.
Because when he's in therapy, he had mentioned like how he was talking to Caitlin. He was like, you should start doing like couples therapy because, the last 2 years have been rough. She's like, 2 years? I didn't know 2 years was rough. And I'm thinking, even on watching the show, it's been rough. And you can just see the decline of him. And his mom always telling him like, you should go get help. You should get therapy. Like, he's being emotionally neglected from the person that he should be getting it from the most. Yeah. Which is not your fault, but you still have to acknowledge it, minimum. Yeah. Just saying thank you for doing everything while I'm gone, it's kind of not enough. You have to be like, you know what? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
As much as you may not feel like it, get up and clean the house. Like...
Or just go on the app and
hire somebody.
Like, yeah, y'all got the money. Shit, y'all done have 3 houses by now.
Like, okay, you've been doing all the housework for the past 2 years. I made dinner tonight.
Order some Home Fresh Blue Apron. It's not an ad. It's just companies I know where they deliver you fresh ingredients to your home, and it can be done within 30 minutes.
Right.
Or something. And then also, I think she forgets that not only does he have to deal with her, but he also was dealing with his dad and his sister. So I think she doesn't really recognize like how much he actually goes through, because she's only really thinking about her health and getting better. But now, okay, it's like you're gone, but now I have to worry about my dad because he's in rehab. We have to try to find him in rehab and blah, 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 blah. And now my sister, she's trying to marry somebody and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a lot. And I think I would wish that she watched the last season. Of course, she's like, well, I don't want to see me go through all of that. And it's like, well, I mean, I would love for MTV just to put a compilation of all the conversations he's had about Caitlyn or with Caitlyn and just see his face. He looks like, I'm trying not to make you mad. I'm trying not to make you upset or anxious. He just can never really say what he wants to say without her getting upset. And of course, she started crying. And it was like, well, sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. I know it really hurts you. It was just a suggestion. Like, and then he has to let it go.
Yeah, not cool.
No.
Because if you wake up from that couch and he's like, I'm gone.
No, like he can literally be like, you know what? I need a breather. We've been together for 12 years. And, need a little break.
Right. Then you really gonna be like, I don't want to say shit out of luck, but yeah, you gotta find a way to work through your issues, but also help keep your family afloat. Like, I haven't been watching it, but it seems kind of like you've been very like, I have a lot of shit going on, and you've kind of just, everything else in life around you just kind of took a back seat.
Yeah.
Which even like regular everyday people don't even really have that luxury. It's like, fuck, I'm dealing with my depression or my, bipolar or anxiety, but I still gotta like provide for my family or for myself or keep a roof over my head.
Yeah.
Like, you've kind of had the luxury to be like, everything, not fuck everything else, but everything else, I'm just not focused on that, and I just need to focus on me. You've kind of had like a 2-year break from reality in a sense.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out how to get better, but bring your ass back to reality because your husband and baby father is tired.
And that's the thing. I think she's trying to avoid reality because she knows how horrible it is. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to forget all the horrible stuff and think, well, the only thing that's going on horribly is me. But my marriage is fine. Yeah. Like, it's like, well, no, it's not. It's not fine. Neither one of you are fine. Then the marriage, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I just don't want to. I mean, it's definitely a sensitive issue and topic because it's about mental health. And we've said multiple times, like, we're all for going to see therapists, psychiatrists. If you got to take some drug, well, legal drugs.
Right, appropriate ones.
For whatever diagnosis that you have, do it. Like, don't get off of it because that's how you really can go off the handle. Just be like, I'm just going to stop taking them. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what happened to Amber, I think, at one point. Yeah. Or somebody was on medication, they just stopped because they felt better and they just kind of went off the handle. Yeah.
But yeah. And that's why I was like, well, maybe you just need to, because I've even heard people say, like, with, depression, it's like, even you getting out of bed is like a struggle, or you doing like the simplest thing. So maybe if you're just like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, I'm about to just sit on this couch. Like, force yourself to be like, you know what? I'm gonna do the dishes. Yeah. It might make Tyler very happy to come home and be like, oh, great, you did the dishes. That's something. And it might actually be a boost to your morale to be like, okay, I actually did something. Or I took one step closer. Like, I don't know how depression works, but I'm like, I don't know if maybe she's waiting like, okay, I'm going to wake up one day and like a switch is going to be flipped. I don't know if that is how it works or it doesn't, but I'm like, you kind of gotta help yourself with getting back into your
I feel like
reality.
She's been through it long enough now, and she's gotten the resources to at least identify like not what causes her to go into depression, but when she's in it.
Yeah.
Because it's very important when people are in their depression, they kind of identify and be like, okay, I'm in my depressive state. Let me go ahead and see this therapist or make an appointment, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's like realized that, but there's a lot that she has to work on. Because when you're in a depressive state by yourself, that's one thing. But when you have other people that's involved, it's a completely different thing. Because as me being a single mom, I really don't have the luxury of going away to rehab without losing custody of my child. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of am forced to do it.
Yeah.
But she had that option, just kind of like, well, I need to go and I need to leave and blah, blah, blah. And my husband's just here to take care of the business and the kids and the cleaning and the building the house and like, doing that. Yes. It's like,
right. It's like, and I know you got your own stuff, but think about if the tables was turned and he was like, I'm going through some shit. I need to go to rehab. So for 30 days, you take care of these 2 kids and you cook and you clean and run businesses. And
then she left, came back, and then left again.
Right.
And she's like, I'm not ready. And then left again. He was like, well, all right, well, I want you to get better.
Right.
Now I'm back to being a single dad. Like,
yeah.
Crazy.
Like, so I hope y'all can fix it and figure it out.
Yeah. And at least when his dad is like in rehab, he knows that he's in a controlled environment. But when he's out, I feel like that makes his mind wander with 2 people. Like, in the household and like his dad. Because if you've seen the show, he loves his dad. Like,
yeah.
A lot of kids probably would have gave up on their parents a long time ago. But he loves Butch. There's no denying that. He's always been there. Disappointed at times for sure, but he's always been there for his dad. And he kind of he's definitely that type of person where he's strong and everybody knows he's strong, but no one checks on the strong one.
Because he's so busy helping everybody.
Yeah. I don't know how often his mom like asks him like, what's going on? You seem irritated. Maybe you should go see a therapist. But that might be the only person that he's getting it from.
Yeah. Seems like he needs a vacation.
He does. I feel like him, Macy's husband, Gary, throw Joe in there. I feel like they should all go on like a little guys trip.
Yeah. Like a week or 2 away. No phones. Just, well, maybe a phone. But just, yeah. That could be a lot. But best of luck.
Definitely. So,
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I saw some clips of Love and Hip Hop. I'm just getting tired of this whole Tierra Marie shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw clips too. Yeah, Tierra Marie. It's a lot.
It's past a lot. I don't think
Brooke's messiness.
She's just, once she gets messy, I don't think she can get messier, and she does.
Yeah.
And now it's just getting to the point, like, are you sad? Like, are you doing?
Yeah.
It's nothing else in your life that you really can accomplish at this point, but being messy with everybody else's business. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Pretty girl, pretty woman, but no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that whole situation. But I feel like the most dramatic is Tierra, because she did a press conference. She hired Lisa Bloom. She's talking about my abuser this, my abuser that. And there's video of you visiting him in Dallas and like leaving the airport, going back to LA. And there was like lives of him with her. And that's when, what's his face? Not Miles? No. Remember that couple that was gay couple.
Oh, yeah. Brock and Miles.
It's Miles.
No, or Milan.
There we go. Thank
Milan,
you. I was
yeah.
like, Miles? No.
Yeah. Brock and Milan. Yeah.
Oh, well, I got 3 out of the 5 letters right. But anyway, he was trying to defend her, but then he found out that he was still hanging around him, and then Milan felt stupid because he's like, well, I'm trying to defend you, but you're still...
Right. We went and committed vandalism together. Like...
Yeah. And it's like, well, I want answers. I still love him. I'm like, but you're trying to like ruin friendships because you think that they're doing something with your abuser.
Yeah.
Or associate somebody with somebody that talked to your abuser. But yet you're still physically hanging around them. Yeah. And allegedly could be fucking them at the same time. While he got a main bitch and a side bitch. Yeah. So there's no one way that any survivor acts or does, obviously. But I think there's just like a line that most survivors don't usually cross. So once they get into
I'm just trying to figure out how is she an abuser?
That's my point.
Because I'm like, I mean, so was Ray J an abuser? Well, technically, Kris Jenner would be the real abuser in that situation. If we're going by her guidelines of what the abuse, Nico wasn't abusing Mimi. Like, there's just, okay.
I don't know. I don't know why she's using that term.
Because when I heard, I'm like,
But what I'm saying is like, if that's what you're saying, he is some form of abuser. Obviously, there's different forms of abuse: mental, physical, emotional, whatever. Not whatever, but multiple ways. Yeah. If you got to the point where you can do a press conference, say you get away from that this person that you love, and they did this, and disrespected you, and it's revenge porn, and how can they do this to you, and you finally feel like you got the strength to leave. You ain't got no kids with him. I don't think you have any property with him because everything is things that are rented from Love and Hip Hop funds. I don't see why you need to be around him. And he's just sitting there like, yeah, I saw her last night, spent the night, blah, blah, blah. He has this smug look on his face.
It's
like you're
disgusting.
giving him, you're just like giving him a satisfaction of like, well, if I'm such an abuser, then that's just going to ruin all your cases. At least wait until you get the coins. Right. If you really going to scam your way through it. Be like Mimi. She went strong for a while.
Right. And then finally, okay, guys. So I lied. But check's been cleared, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's... Yeah. I don't want to make light of it, but it's like, dude, like, you're not... No one can really believe you. Yeah. Like... I was going to go political, but I'm not going to go there. But yeah, it's like, it makes it hard to believe you when you're doing certain things. Certain things that it's just like, okay, come on now. Now, this is something I really, really, really don't think. Yeah. Somebody would do that. But anyway. And what else? Lyric and A1 apparently been doing like a press, like.
Oh yeah, they were on Wendy.
Yeah, they were on Wendy. They're on a couple of shows. Yeah. And I'm thinking, why? Are they getting on spinoff or something?
I don't know. I mean, I know they're pretty successful behind the scenes.
Now,
but...
did you see that clip of their mamas fighting at the
on
the beach?
Of course.
And A1 mama in that little lime green.
Yeah. Just... It's a hot mess.
Oh, how you feel if your daughter get a DNA?
Right.
It's a DNA test. Not a DNA. Everyone has DNA.
A DNA.
Yeah. And she's like, you still on that safari stuff? And it's like, I mean, if you want to put it, I mean, obviously no one believes was at, she didn't sleep with Safari.
Mm-hmm.
And now Rockstar is saying that he smashed the homie.
He's such a little bitch.
When I say he irritates my soul.
The epitome of a, like, even when people are talking about gossip, just like his face is like a little bitch getting tea. Like, ooh, like a man's face should not light up like that to spread or even hear gossip. Like,
no.
He's filthy.
Some people call him funny and hilarious, and he tries to blame it on him being a comedian. I'm like, this is far from being a comedian. You're just extra.
Yeah. Like, and a little bitch.
Yeah. Just a bitch that apparently has too much money for his own good.
Yeah.
It makes it worse. But yeah, I'm like, I can do without Rockstar.
Oh, yeah.
Like, very much so. I don't know who gave him.
Because I'm like, and I'm like, okay, now you're coming out weeks or however long filming was saying like, oh, you smashed Lyrica or whatever. And I'm like, you are such a little messy bitch that had you would have done that, you would have been said it. You would have been let that cat off the bag. I don't see you holding it in like all this time. And now all of a sudden, so guess what I did? Like, you would have let that out like you would have been hinting at that since like the Love and Hip Hop camera first got pointed in your face. Cause your very first episode, you were like sending shots towards, A1.
I think in his own way, he kind of was. Because he was like, we go way back. We're just so great friends. She tells me everything that's going on. I think he kind of was. Yeah. Just not outright like, yeah, I smashed. Without saying I smashed.
Yeah. But I'm like, he does that with like all the girls. He even said, Moniece, I know her inside and out. And I'm like, but you're such a little bitch about it. And quiet as kept. I think you like men, but you know, that's your own preference. You do you.
I feel like that was coming.
I'm not, gay shaming you because, do you, sis or bro? But it's just like the way
there's absolutely nothing wrong with it if he does.
Right. It's like just the way he says, it's like you're trying to, you know what it is? It's like you're trying to subliminally deny your homosexuality by trying to throw innuendos out that you've slept with other females.
I can't confirm more than that.
Yeah. Like that's what he gives me. And I'm just like, you are just such a little messy bitch. I feel like,
because he's so extra with it and he has to be so screaming from the mountaintops about it. It's like, what are you trying to prove or what are you trying to hide?
Right. You're not openly saying, I'm not gay because I slept with Moniece and Lyrica and stuff, but you're just like, so guess who I smashed? Because we go way back. Like, bitch, y'all probably went shopping together. Got matching pedicures and shit.
With clear polish.
Right, and a buff.
Would you like polish? No, just buff me up.
Right, just give me a good buff.
A good buff is good, though. If you just wanted like, ooh, glossy nails. Oh, my God.
Buff-ass manicure. But, yeah. He's
I can do without. I actually really like Apple Watts. Now, besides episode 1.
Yeah.
When she was giving me Tokyo Tony vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I think it was like the wig or something.
Oh, yeah. And then like the Gap and yeah.
But after that, I guess she was like, well, I got my first Love and Hip Hop check. So
right. It cleared. Yes, I'll be normal.
And I was like, oh, she's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It got nice edges.
Yeah.
Hair is always done after the first episode.
Right.
And what's his face, Mama? I don't know if you saw the clip. She was the one, her mom's like the momager. Yeah. She was in her interview, like green screen. She was like, I'm trying to do good for my daughter. I don't want her sucking and fucking like I did.
I remember. I said, oh.
You was sucking and fucking? I don't want
that would have stayed in my diary.
Girl. I mean, let's be real. We all kind of know our parents at some point was sucking, fucking, or licking something. So we just don't want to know.
And we didn't want to know it was for a piece of change.
Right?
We'd rather it just be because that's what you felt like doing it.
And she's Her mom's pretty too. Like,
yeah.
Rockstar was trying to smash her daughter too. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
Do you have? I know you've had some type of STD. There's no way.
I'm telling you, it's. He like, man, he's just trying to publicly put it out there, which I'm like, just be you. No one cares anymore. Well, I'm not going to say nobody cares, but we are much more accepting as a community. Just, or even if you're bisexual, just, I feel like it's just, he's extra, but I feel like it's really an act. Like, you know, Tamar is extra, but that's really Tamar.
Yeah, true.
And the camera just amplifies it. I feel like for you to have worked with all the A-list people that you have worked with, to have this type of just messy personality, and then all of a sudden just like, oh, I smashed this person. This, like, shut up.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Then talking about some, oh my God, how did I go from working with J-Lo to working with this? Love Jennifer Lopez to death, but Jennifer Lopez vocals wasn't that big of a step up from what to have to work with from what she was doing in that studio. So shut up.
I mean, has he ever worked with Beyonce?
No, I think probably the most lyrically talented person he has worked with was probably Chris Brown. Like vocally. Because I'm like, okay, I know he said he worked with Rihanna, like, but if it's anything, in my opinion, after Anti, that required some vocal production too to execute. True. Hell, even Chris Brown now is like, that takes, you know. So I'm like, you know, whatever. But
Chris Brown's another one that's like, why are you like a light-skinned, sexy person to me?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know it's horrible to be in a relationship with him, but I just be looking at him like,
like, you are just sin.
Right. That's how I feel. Like, this is bad.
Just don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
But
my vagina walls are calling me, but it's like, don't do it, girl.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
don't do it.
I shouldn't be doing this.
Him, and I feel like Aubrey Graham is number one.
It's true.
Because Aubrey will make you feel like y'all are in love and you are going places.
Right.
But
all up until the baby
light
comes.
skinned devils.
Right? Let me stick with my chocolate dudes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, enough with Love and Hip Hop. So, did you see a Black Ink Crew from last week?
Oh, I've been meaning to, but clips, I got a good gist.
Clips have been clutch when you're busy as fuck and don't feel
Man, it makes you realize, like, wait, I have not seen the show, because you watch so many clips and you feel like you've watched it. Like, all right, I'm all caught up. You're like, wait, I actually have not sat down and watched a full episode in like 3 weeks.
I know. The only thing I watch full episode, obviously, is scripted, because I know what's going on. Yeah. Everything else is like, I got the gist of it.
Yeah. You could piece it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. But yeah, so I'm not surprised Sky did it, but she decided to put her hands on a grown-ass man.
Yeah. Yeah, not surprising.
And he decided to hit her back.
Yeah.
My dad used to always tell me, if somebody hit you back.
Right.
So
I'm like, that's what I'm going to teach.
No one ever is condoning anybody to put their hands on anybody, right? But of course, most people in the comments on social media was like, why are you hitting on a grown-ass man in the first place?
Yeah.
And of course, she said something like, a guy made a comment like, my mom used to always say, if you're a woman, you hit a man, would expect to be hit like a man, or something like that. And it sounds cruel. Yeah. But you can't guarantee that every man follows that. Right. The rule of don't hit women.
Yeah. Not everybody does.
No.
And then even if they do, you don't know what your hit can do to take them out of that place. Because everyone has a breaking point.
Right. True.
Like, so Yeah, I don't see, I only saw clips, but I'm like, I don't see anything that warranted her not being able to walk away. I'm like, if Donna has never put her hands on like C's or, you know, Teddy or Walter, you know, like,
True.
There was nothing there that was like, you know what, in this exact moment, you need to hit him, girl. And I stand with you.
True.
Like, I didn't see anything to where that was warranted.
I mean, just because somebody says something you don't want to hear doesn't really make it so that you can put your hands on somebody.
Yeah.
The only people I'm putting hands on is like somebody hit my child.
Right.
A grown-ass person to decide to, you know, take punishments into their own hands.
Right. Then it's like, I don't care who you are. I'm just going for it.
I'm telling you, I fight kids.
Yeah.
People be saying that, but you don't really realize how mama and papa bear you are until you have kids. Like, I want someone to touch my child.
Yeah.
And see what the fuck happens. But I'm just like, okay, all right, Sky, if that's what you feel like you got to do, then fine. Of course, Ted and Caesar do what they're supposed to do as men and defend her honor.
Yeah.
Goddamn Khaleesi. And it continues on to tomorrow night's episode, but
yeah,
they get in like a brawl in the streets in New Orleans. And she pretty much said, I'll do it again.
Right.
I will do it again. I'm like, yep, you know, I'm not surprised. I know you would do it again. So whatever. I've never been in jail, so
yeah.
Not about that thug life.
I'm like, that's how you can tell people that, like, because I just remember like a few seasons ago, well, it was more than a few seasons, but like you being sent off to jail and you crying your ass off, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And I don't ever want to come back here. And now it's like you sitting here inciting fights and just
that too. And then she has her boys around. So
yeah.
I'm like, I will just concentrate on making sure I can save my boys, and that means staying out of jail. So
yeah.
Did you take forever to get off probation so you could travel with them in the first place?
Yeah.
And now this is what you do. See your life. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how. All right. Well, you know what? Do you? You are going to do whatever you want to do, and that's fine. It's not me. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah.
And
just a hot mess. Hot mess with more money.
News alert. Found out Ace Blasian. He's Blasian. He's like Black Cambodian.
Oh, of course.
Allegedly. I said, you know what? This makes sense.
Right.
This makes sense. Even though I stand by what I said last week about, let's say if he was full Asian, being in a certain environment or community, it's fine. I don't know. I need to know. I would like to talk to somebody who thinks that there is a fine line between cultural appropriation and just being accustomed to your surroundings.
Yeah. I think people don't even, a lot of people, they don't even know what cultural appropriation really means. They just hear it getting tossed around like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, no, it's really not, but okay.
I mean, it's literally in the definition of the words.
Right.
Culturally appropriate when one can do it and the other one can't. Like, that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
So just because a white girl is wearing braids doesn't necessarily mean it's culture appropriation or whatever.
Right.
Now, if she's like trying to devalue the history, where it comes from, and things of that nature, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think people just hear certain stuff and they're just like, you can't do it and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody had made this post that went viral, I guess, about, it's almost Halloween, guys. So this Moana costume, y'all can't wear it. And I was like, wait a minute,
but it's so cute.
First of all, it's not an actual traditional costume, right? Like, this is literally the outfit of the girl from the
Moana,
movie.
right. That's like telling somebody, like, no, you can't be a belly dancer because it's appropriating on that'd be like their Indian culture.
Honestly,
where does belly
I
dancing
don't know where.
from?
Yeah. Let me ask.
Somewhere
Google.
like East India or India.
I want to say more it's Eastern Africa, but
It's like, bitch, I just like a Latin and want to wear
let's see. Where did belly dance? Oh my God, do it again. That didn't come out right.
According to Wikipedia, RAQ Sharki, literally, Oriental dancing, is an Arabic expressive dance which originated in Egypt and that emphasizes complex movements of the torso.
I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah, like, I just like the Latin and Jasmine's outfit was popping and I wanted to wear it.
True.
Right, like, just...
I mean, if you go to the Disney store, you see Jasmine's outfit or Princess Tiara's outfit. Somebody was saying, like, Princess Tiara, you can't wear her outfit.
Princess Tiana was... Ooh.
Did I say Tiara?
Oh, yeah, you said Tiara. Yeah.
I should be ashamed. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that people take some of these things or these woke, in quotation marks, sayings like too far because they feel like they want to be able to say people can and can't. I mean, obviously, Black people have been told that we can't for quite some time and still get told the same thing. But things go too far with some Black people sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it's like, calm down.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. Now,
especially with the Hotep people.
Hotep people?
Mm-hmm.
What's that Hotep people?
They are, see, how do I nicely put this? Uh-oh. They are for the advancement of our people, but in the same time have very misogynistic point of views. Like, it's been said that, like, Erykah Badu tapers around the Hotep because, you know, she's very obviously for our people, but then she's like, you know, little girls should dress appropriate so men don't, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
I see what you mean.
Hotep men are like, you're beautiful, you're a queen. But, you know, by you wearing that weave, it just shows that you don't love yourself.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I know exactly who you're talking about right now.
Those are Hoteps.
Because I actually got an argument, not an argument, just like a conversation with somebody I was following on social media because I actually liked their work. Yeah. And I forget that person's name. He actually did videography for Neo. Mm-hmm. And he was pretty much saying any woman that wears straight hair is trying to stray away from them being a Black woman.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, okay, so that means you're saying every Black woman on this earth has kinky curly hair. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily true. Because are you saying purebred?
Yeah.
Or no descendants from anybody? Like it's too broad of a statement to be made. And so I had mentioned like I have worn a wig before, but I personally don't like straight hair.
Yeah.
Like wigs and weaves and stuff. Because I always wind up curling it anyway. I just don't like the way it looks on my face. And he was like, well, you're still wearing a wig. I'm like, but you just said straight hair. Right. And now you're saying that I'm not being fully natural. I'm like, no, my hair's natural.
Yeah.
I've been natural for a good 4 or 5 years now. It was like, oh, well, I'm like, so because I don't want to spritz my hair every day and do protective styles every other day, I'm straying away from my Blackness. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was just, and I know exactly. And he wanted to blocking me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you blocked me? And we weren't arguing or anything. I was just making a point. He was making the point. And then after a while, he was like, well, if you don't feel that way, then you shouldn't have responded. I'm like, you just left it as an open forum.
Right.
for people to respond. Like, it was weird. And then he blocked me. I was like, okay, well, fine. Go ahead with your alopecia ass. Like, didn't nobody care about your literally bald self. So, yeah, it was rude. I don't care. Because I'm like, that's dumb. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not.
And it usually be those pages with all the wokeisms.
So they're called Hotep people?
Hoteps.
Mm-hmm. Because I used to have, when I was at school.
Yeah.
You have some people, like some Pan-African events.
Yeah.
And then you'll have some of them that will be, like, they hear my first name, which is Ebony legally, my first name, and they will find out that I'm Nigerian, and they'll be like, why don't you use your Nigerian name? Because my mom named me? Like, why don't you just go by? I'm like, I kind of do, but I don't know you like that. Like,
right.
But, it was like, this is being a little bit too ridiculous. Yeah. And I don't have time for this. So I actually stopped going. Yeah. Because it's like, once they find, like, hear my last name, they're like, oh, are you and then it's hard to tell, like, I don't know. It's like some of these hoteps have more names African than mine. Yeah. And then tell me I'm wrong because I'm going by Ebony. What the fuck? Yeah. It's on my birth certificate. Now, if I want to change my name from Cassius, Cassius Clay to Muhammad, okay, great. It's on my paperwork now. Right. But I couldn't be able to do all of that. That's just way too much. Yep. Anywho. Yeah, if you're listening, you don't really know what Black people go through. We go through a whole bunch of stuff, even in our own shit, that we gotta talk about and figure out, because some of y'all fools just be doing too much. Way too much. Anyway, back to this unnecessary brawl. So apparently in the new episode that comes on tomorrow, they fight. Caesar gets a breath. Oh boy comes to the Airbnb. They fight again. And apparently, celebrity news. So the house that that Sky rented in Atlanta, it was rented. Of course. She did not purchase that. Like she made it seem. Yeah. And apparently the person who owned the house found out it was filmed in, and he's trying to sue her for filming in the house, and that wasn't part of the rental agreement.
You gotta read them leases, people.
Yeah, somebody was like, if I pay rent, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
No, fuck you won't.
People were like, what?
That's not how that works.
No, it's not how it works. Like, what? Like, if I pay rent, I'm gonna do what I want to do. If I pay rent, you got
that mentality. You need to be paying a mortgage.
That's exactly what the other people say. Like, if you feel like that is your mentality, then you need to have a mortgage to have your own shit. Right. That's not a part of HOA, because they gonna tell you no to. Yeah. So, dumbasses. I was just like, are these must be these millennials that they be talking about.
Don't know shit.
Like, what the fuck? If I own, that's my house. It's not yours.
Yeah, you rent. I'm pretty sure your mama rents. Like,
She said, your mama rents. Your mom goes to college. Right. Yeah, I was just like, that's pretty much how it works. That's what happens when you sign a lease or a rental agreement. Even when you do Airbnb, if you trash the place, like, you're still held accountable for it. It's not yours. So just because you pay so many dollars a month. Right. I'm like, all right. I'm just confused with people sometimes. Yeah. They be confusing the hell out of me. But you know what? Glad it's just not me.
Right. And then who knows, like, having a film crew there and stuff, if it was like disturbing neighbors or what that was like. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Because people always wind up going to, like, the house that you see on, like, movies and stuff. And it winds up being a nuisance. What house was it where the people had to put this, like, massive gate around it? Because I even remember when the O.J. Simpson murder
Oh,
happened.
yeah, that address is...
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. When I say people flocked that place.
Not gonna lie, when a documentary came out, I had drove by. Like, I was not in the area, but I was somewhat, nearby. Yeah. I said, let me find this Gretna Green. And, of course, you find out the address and everything been changed. But, yeah.
They can change addresses like that?
Mm-hmm. But you can still find it. But it's like, I think they have like bushes and stuff around it, but it's like, you see the infamous gate. Like, I just couldn't Nope, I couldn't.
No, the fact that people were murdered there alone, it's like, and I know they have to disclose that information. Like, so I just want to let you know, people were murdered here.
It's very low key, Yeah.
And this is the master suite.
Right.
I'm like, wait, no, back it up.
Right, just
who
a little
got
bit.
What? We went there as like a little tourist thing. It was funny. I can still remember it. I want to say it was still like blood on the concrete.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But, you got to be careful because people might not want their information or address or even the look of the house on TV because they want privacy. Because what if you're like, you know what? I'm going to move back into my house again. And then you got all these people. So this is the house I was on. Black Ink Crew. And it's like,
yep.
All right. I mean, yeah. So, and another piece of news. They opened another Black Ink.
Oh.
Black Ink Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Ace is there now. Promoting the shit out of it. And people are pretty much saying the same thing you said. He's like creepy and fine at the same time.
Yeah.
People, pretty much have the same consensus on how he is. Like, I don't know. I'm like freakishly turned on by him and I feel like I shouldn't, but.
Right.
I kind of am.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously Black Ink is doing much better. Well, New York is definitely doing better than Chicago.
Yeah.
Because they never open anything.
No.
So, but I think, I don't know, anything else we need to talk about? I can't think of anything else.
I think that's about it.
All right.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Thinking. Well, I think that comes to our conclusion of this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't have any news. So what I can say is to make sure to follow us on social media.
Yeah.
Our podcast information is as follows. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, RealiTEA-V.
Mm-hmm.
We have an email, realityv@gmail.com, no space or underscore. And then you can reach me personally at Fumi Adagun on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And also, I can be reached in Snapchat, Ebony880. I need to start writing this shit down.
It's like a tongue twister.
It can be. So, and go ahead, B.
Find me on Facebook, Roberta Smith. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Mm-hmm. And on Instagram, Leave It to Be, #2. And follow me in my life and all that good stuff.
Yeah, she's on hers more than me because I'm always paying attention to the podcast stuff. So I'm not really on mine that much. But see you next time.
Yes. Good day.
We are out of here.